Welcome into On the Go, and we're talking about going all over Alabama the Beautiful, Sweet Home Alabama, because there is a bicentennial coming up, 200 years for our state.
Yes.
And we have with us Andy Martin. And Andy, you're working in conjunction with one of my favorite people in the whole world, Bicentennial, in the Department of Tourism.
Yes.
And I love it. Tell us a little bit about what we have coming up and how we can get information on that, because we have an opportunity to celebrate our home.
Yes, yes. Well, the first place I'm going to direct you is our website.
Okay.
So it's alabama200.org. We have events statewide. They're everything from the shoals to the shores, as we like to say.
Nice.
And it coming around to the bicentennial, you know, I think we've talked a little bit before. This is a 3-year celebration. Each year has its own theme. 2018, we're all about honoring our people. So with honoring our people, we loved being able to tell those stories. So with some of our historical sites, you know, some of them will have, you know, like Helen Keller. They have an amazing Helen Keller festival that, you know, occurs in Tuscumbia. Hank Aaron Museum down in Mobile has some round events about him. So if you're really interested in plugging into people and some specific historical things, we have lots of those kinds of events. But then we also have some really special arts and cultural events that are going on as well. So if you're looking for something in your neck of the woods, you're going to want to go to alabama200.org. Again, events all across the state, dates, more information there. So that is your #1 resource.
Good.
Well, there's so many famous people that you have no idea actually were in Alabama.
Yes.
Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole's father worked for Whitfield Foods Alligasyra.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and we do everything that we can to preserve anything about Nat King Cole with scholarships
Yes.
to students in his name, and Tammy Wynette, I mean, all the music, all the artists, Bear Bryant. Go ahead. You want to pick a Suge Jordan?
Nope.
But we have
I'll let you have your glory.
So many, thank you, Roll Tide. So many famous folks, great people that have come out of our state.
Yes, and you honed in a magic word for me a minute ago with preserve. So while we're talking about preserving history, we're also talking about conservation. Our historical resources are certainly of importance, but then we also talk a lot about our environment and civic duties and talking about citizenship. We'll have a whole series of messages and promotions that are rolling out, and we absolutely want to talk about the people, places, and things that shaped this state. Like Virginia, you nailed it. We are an amazing state, and we are so excited to be able to share that kinds of information.
And there's lots of things that grandparents can do with their grandchildren
Yes.
that would be fun, but they're nice to see. They like to travel.
Yes, and you know, we've talked a little bit about our passport before. It's a great tool, but if you just want to go on an Alabama road trip, there are so many wonderful trails that are established. If you are in North Alabama, they have done a tremendous job with our trail system, and of course, our state tourism department, they just are just #1 in being able to, you know, craft something, a kind of experience that grandparents want to have and that a grandchild is going to be able to treasure. Like I know how much I wish I could just jump in the car and go with my family. But instead, you know, we're here talking about the bicentennial, so we'll talk about all those kinds of experiences you can have with the events going on. So
And
I
they're-
love it.
Yep. And they're all over the place.
And we're talking inexpensive, Jack.
Yes.
You're not having to fly.
No.
Basically, you're not flying anywhere. It's all
So
within
basically,
driving
it's
distance.
a 3 years. So is it's 2017 through 19?
yes.
Okay, so we're in the midst of it right
We
now.
are in the midst, and the heartbeat of it goes all the way through next December. So that's when the big birthday cakes will start rolling out. So if you're ready to share your recipes, we are all about heirloom recipes.
Good.
We need to
We've
know
got
the
that.
#1 birthday cake recipe out there.
All right.
All right.
Good. So Andy, to get information, you go to your site, and your site is?
We are alabama200.org.
Real simple, alabama200.org, and it's the 200 in numerals.
Yes, 200
Okay, so
in
you don't have to
numerals.
worry about spelling out 200. And just remember, it's a great thing to do with the family and also with your friends. If you have people coming in from out of town and they want to know what's interesting about Alabama, first of all, give them this.
Yes.
Second of all, take them on a trip. And we'll be right back right after this.